45 years ago, I crossed the finish of the world's first women's-only road race. That was 3 weeks before Title IX was signed into law. And at that time, I had been running for 5 years. I could not have envisioned the changes that would come for women because of the passage of that Title IX. I could not have imagined 200,000 women here being united as one voice. In 1972, I was a world-class runner living in our country that didn't allow women to run long distances. High schools had very few sports programs, colleges had almost none, and scholarships were virtually non-existent. The path for an athlete in 1972 was pretty dismal. We depended on the Amateur Athletic Union, which organized events from gymnastics to running. At that time, the AAU officials themselves could not agree whether women were capable of running 6 miles. Many people thought women were too weak, that we were too fragile. We were literally told we would have a nervous breakdown. This is true, this is history. We were told that we would become infertile, and that our uteruses might fall out. That's true. At that time, I trained between 70 and 100 miles a week. I competed with men in the men's road races because there was no other option. Never once in all of those miles did my uterus fall out. Before Title IX took effect, the lack of scholarships, the lack of programming, school programs that women were allowed to take, essentially steered women into lower paying jobs. And I want you to think about that for a second. When we work at lower paying jobs, when we take courses that lead us to lower paying jobs, when we accept lower pay in our work environments, think about that. When you earn less in your working years, your retirement depends on what you made in your working years. If you earn less while you're working, you will receive less in retirement benefits. We are in danger of an entire generation of women living in poverty. We are still primarily the caretakers. That takes us out of employment. That limits our earning potential. Our society literally punishes us for being the caretaker. That must change. So that you understand Title IX, it requires all schools, elementary through university, to provide equal opportunities for all students. You cannot discriminate against a woman or gender identity or gender expression. We are all equal. It specifically covers sports, academic courses including STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. Vocational training, admissions, career training, standardized testing, events, facilities, and pregnant women. How many of us had to drop out of school because we got pregnant? Did the boys drop out? Not likely. It also covers protection for sexual harassment and sexual assault. That's all protected by Title IX. The results of Title IX are obvious. The attendance in school sports has gone up almost 600%. Women now make up over 50% of undergraduate college students. Although lagging behind, more women are going into programs into higher paying jobs. but we need to work on that. We need to tell our young daughters to strive for higher paying careers. We have come a long way in 45 years, but we have not reached the finish line. And if you are like me, you are concerned that our rights are about to go backwards, that our rights are an endangered species. It is important that we understand Title IX so that when you hear little news bits and things that could potentially threaten it, that you know to act quickly. And Title IX is under threat. It has always been. You'll hear things like the boys program is suffering because girls are getting the money. I tell you to follow the money. When they cut a boys program, the money goes to another boys program. It does not go to the women's programs. The other area we need to guard ourselves again is in 2006, President Bush signed an amendment allowing for single-sex programs. And that sounds okay until you really take it apart. When we tell little girls that they need to be in a classroom of a quiet environment and that boys should be in a classroom where they can be active while they're learning, that is stereotyping. That is discrimination. The other area to be careful of is the voucher system. Again, yes. Title IX protects all people in schools that receive federal funds. Federally funded vouchers fall under that category. So, other than life itself, the greatest gift that we are each given is our own human potential. That is what makes us unique. It is what makes us follow our dreams. That is what makes advances in our peoples, when we follow our dream from the human potential we each have. The only way that we can achieve that is through equal opportunity. When I look back on my life and my time of running, I can't tell you how much it hurt to have people tell me I could not do what I love to do, what I felt I had every right to do, which was simply putting one foot in front of the other for as long as I wanted to go. So what can we do? For one, we have to stop trying to prove we are equal, for we are equal. We are also the majority at approximately 52% of the population. And just like you are today, we must not let ourselves be the silent majority any longer. We need to step into the role of being the majority leader. We must accept the responsibilities that come with that role. Which is getting involved in the local level all the way up to the top levels of government, city councils, attend meetings, raise your voices, make phone calls, send emails. I am going to be running for City Council of Loveland. All right, I have run out of time, so I will not finish with anything else other than I want to thank Hillary Rodham Clinton. I want to thank her for her bravery, her commitment, her competency. She will be a role model and a hero to girls and women for the rest of time. Thank you very much.